Hello everyone, it's Phil Jones for Projector Reviews, and I am in the Kaleidescape booth with one of my good friends, Andre Floyd. So Andre, how are you?
I'm great, Phil. How are you?
We just gave one of your products an award, the Strato E. So can you talk a little bit about those units?
So the Strato E is our newest player. It's a 4K player with storage on board, so it'll work as a standalone player, but it's got a little less storage. It's a smaller, more compact chassis, and so it's a little lower price, so it's kind of the entry-level 4K player for Kaleidescape.
Okay. So now you have your servers, then you have the Strato V player,
right.
Then you have your Strato E,
right.
And then if for those people maybe looking for like maybe a secondary zone, an older TV,
yep.
That would be something like a Strato M, right?
Correct, exactly.
Now I really like the Strato E because like you said, it's a more approachable price. The disc market is shrinking, the amount of players is shrinking, and the quality of a Kaleidescape, it can exceed a disc player, correct?
Absolutely, because we're not constrained by the amount of bits you can fit on a disc. So certain movies, if it's an action movie, if it's got a lot of detail, a lot of motion, it takes a lot more data to be able to create that in a compressed format.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have a maximum size you can fit like on a disc, you have to compress it a lot more. For us, we make sure that every frame of every movie is visually lossless, so there is no compression artifacts on any of the frames, and so that might take up more than you can fit on a disc, so you're actually getting better quality in some cases.
Sometimes one of the reasons why Kaleidescape commanded a premium was the storage. Reliable storage. Movie file could be quite big, but back in the days, because of the bandwidth in your home was not very fast, so you wanted to pre-download it because it may have taken a couple of hours to download the movie before you could watch it. These days, where you can download a movie in like 15 or 20 minutes.
Under 10 minutes.
Under 10 minutes. So the need to have a massive amount of storage on board isn't as necessary.
Exactly.
As long as you know a couple of minutes ahead of time that you want to download it before you watch it, you still get the consistency of a Kaleidescape and the quality of a Kaleidescape without having to spend the cost of the bigger hard drive.
Right. So exactly. So the Kaleidescape system, the movie store, is a cloud-based system. So all of our movies, our whole stores exist in the cloud, but your movie collection also exists in the cloud. And so exactly what you're saying, that you get a Strato E player, you can buy your first 6 movies and they download and get stored on the player, and then you buy your 7th, 8th, 9th movie, and the player, they get queued up to download, and the player looks and says, well, what are the ones that you've already watched? And it looks, whatever the oldest movie you've already watched, it rolls that off the player. You still own it, it's in the cloud, and then if a month from now you say, I want to watch that movie again, you just go back to your movie store, select that movie and say download, and it downloads again in 10 minutes onto your player and you can watch it again. So what you're saying is, you don't need to have a big server in your house so that you can store and see all your 200 movies online instantly if you just want to watch a couple of movies at a time over the weekend.
Dude, speaking of the store, first thing, the collection. The library is gigantic. You're never going to go to any record store or electronic store and get this selection of movies. And what I like is most of the time it's available on the Kaleidescape before it even would be available on a disc. So for example, we downloaded F1. Yep. We have the latest Mission Impossible. So as soon as it came out, if you want to get it first, Kaleidescape's the way to go, and it's not any more expensive than the disc most of the time.
No, basically the pricing is all set by the movie studios, and so but basically they're pricing it for us to sell at the same price that they're putting it on the Amazon or wherever else you buy your discs.
So that leads us to the new thing. You have this massive library of content. How do you find content you may be interested in? So now you announced a AI search. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there are a lot of tools and features that a lot of people don't even realize necessarily in our interface that are designed to help you find movies both in your own collection and in our store. It's something to watch. And so there's a lot of things you can do to search and find things that way. And what we've added is what we call Kai, K-A-I. It's another tab on the movie store interface that allows you to just do natural language searches about movies. And so like
Yeah, Diane put in movies filmed in Montana, and it said river runs through it, horse whisper, legends of the fall. You could say first James Bond movie, because you can't remember. You could say
also, like what I did earlier, so I'd say like which James Bond movie starred Roger Moore, and and so it'll pull those all up, because I know I saw all those when I was in high school, but I don't remember the names of all those movies, but they're all here, and then it makes it very easy to find stuff. It's just, I want to see, you're coming up in October, I want to see horror movies, but I want to see horror movies that were rated in the top
top 10 horror movies of
all time,
of the 1990s or 1980s or whatever.
Put that in, and it's going to give you solutions.
Okay, so that's really, really cool. So more players to make Kaleidescape more accessible to everyone. Massive library, and now a new way to search.
Exactly.
All right, so Andre, it's great seeing you, and I look forward to talking to you next show.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil.